But
if I
you
wanted
need
to play a fair deck, I'd be interested in that.
I like 4 Stifle with 4 Wasteland and, like complete
Does he have
resource
Sinkhole?
denial. He does not have Sinkhole though. Yeah, I like that. I'd even go with like Smallpox or something like that. Like I like the whole like.
Maybe it's hard for him to hit BBE early.
Yeah, that's possible. But you've seen Team America decks or bug control decks play him to Torok, so.
He's got Massacre.
Not Massacre Worm.
Massacre.
But Massacre.
This deck's got a lot of good cards. However, his mana base is the kind of mana base that Boozer will chew up with Price of Progress. If we play a fair game, I think Terry Mullins is vastly advantaged. But I don't think Boozer wants to play a fair game. I think he wants to come off the top rope, elbow first.
Yep. Delver, burn you, Price of Progress.
Delver, burn you.
Yeah.
Get like 1 or 2 hits in with the Goblin Guide. End it.
I'm going to stretch. Advance. So, yeah. What about Geist of St. Traft? Someone asked about that. That seems to be on par with Sword of War and Peace and Strangleroot Geist and things, but those aren't top 5, top 6.
I mean, I think that Geist of St. Traft is clearly a tier 2 card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a tier 1 card. I don't think it's a top 10 card. And the reason is it actually has fallen largely out of favor in more than 2/3 of the Delver variants.
Right. Well, today we saw a lot of it, but so I think that
it's
might
a great card. It's not one of the 6 best cards in Standard.
I agree.
I have to think about what the other 4 best cards in
other
Standard
side
are
of the
for a
argument.
second. I was just so excited yelling about those 6 cards. I think Sword of War and Peace I would have up there. Maybe Batterskull.
Terry going to Paris. Chris seems happy with his hand, so I'm gonna keep.
Vapor Snag. I think. I have to think about that. Like, Vapor Snag is a stud.
Vapor Snag, Gitaxian Probe.
I don't think.
No. I'm just saying.
Oh no, these are certainly cards I like.
I'm just trying to say, like, I'd put Gitaxian Probe above Geist of St. Traft.
Please find your seats again.
I agree. Gitaxian Probe is better than Geist of St. Traft.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's another argument for another card, I'd put Gitaxian Probe into the argument before I'd put.
For
Geist
sure,
in.
Moorland Haunt is in the top 10. No question.
I got.
Possibly Kessig Wolfrun. I'm not sure about Kessig Wolfrun. I'm sure about Moorland Haunt.
Okay. I agree with that. For the most part, it's a little bit iffy for me, but I think still Moorland over Geist. Polluted Delta from Terry Mullins.
There used to be billions of universes, but now soon only one.
Narrowing the multiverse into a universe. Bayou is the universe chosen by Terry
Andrew
Mullins.
Cuneo once said, "No good deck has ever played Bayou." And then I think he's repeated it many times.
I think you've told me that before.
Really?
I think so.
I have a limited number of stories, so I would I would not be surprised if that were the case.
You know how many friend requests I'm getting on Facebook right now?
I made you popular.
Blame Michael J.
Blame Michael
and
J.
we have Inquisition of Kozilek 4, Brainstorm, Volcanic Island, Grim Lavamancer, Ponder, Price of Progress, Island, and Misty Rainforest. No white shoe.
Snap Price of Progress?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that makes sense. So Price of Progress.
No question on that one.
To the yard.
Chris Boozer, likely opener is going to be Volcanic Island, Grim Lavamancer. Saving Mystery Rainforest for a later shuffs with Brainstorm. I'm sorry, with Brainstorm!
Brainstorm. Wait, did I say that right? Grim Lavamancer from Chris.
Oh yeah, I have correctly called the last 2 plays. That's a record.
And you own your own Scalding Times?
I own
The rich get richer.
TRGR. Later, I will tell you a story about Richard Onport.
Wasteland for Chris Boozer's Lonely Island Mountain.
Lonely Island Mountain. I love it. Yeah, I think he has to play Island here. He's going to probably Ponder. He doesn't want to, like, do...
he does want to Ponder there. So.
Brainstorm
Island
until he
Ponder.
has the shuffs ready.
Island
Oh, he's
Ponder.
like, none of this noise. No way.
Shuffly.
One of the things that's awesome about Brainstorm is that you can ponder, keep like one card when you have like 2 crappy cards, and then just like shuffs later. That's what I like
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Brainstorming the multiverse fetch lands, like brainstorm fetch land. All right, Lavamancer coming in with the beats. He like
Take
flicks his
that,
Zippo and
Terry Mullins.
burn Terry's arm with his Zippo lighter.
I mean, there's gonna be like a Tarmogoyf here in a second. Like, yeah, by the way,
Like-
Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I hope you remember this Zippo.
And then Chris Boozer's gonna be like, man, Tarmogoyf again.
All right, Terry. Plays a tropical island. We have to go back.
Enough with the lost. More or less than 50 friend requests.
I think less at the moment, but it's inching up.
Mission accomplished. Joey Pasco is now popular on Facebook.
Thanks. There's not for a good reason.
I think they overheard me when I was telling Jerry. I'm like, are you friends with him on Facebook? I knew
That's
it.
exactly right.
Another
Tarmogoyf.
play in a row.
It's the smoke monster.
Chris is
waiting for it.
So what do we have? Instants, lands, and sorceries. So that's like a 600, right?
It is a 3/4, right?
3, 4.
Instant land
100.
sorcery is all I see. Yeah, 3/4. It's a steel golem. Oh my god.
Another one. Come on, guys. Let's get some more Blame Evan Irwin. It's a thing.
You know, all you guys requesting to be my friends on Facebook, I'm just ignoring all of those Facebook requests. Because I know why you're requesting to be
You
my
had
friend
to
suddenly.
pay attention to them to ignore them.
All right, so
Emmerich.
that is a Goblin Guide for Chris Boozer. Although successfully held off by the smoke monster Tarmogoyf over there on Terry's side of the board.
Blame Evan Irwin for flipping Blightning off Bloodbraid. Jason shot first.
All right, so there's a brainstorm. From Chris Boozer.
You gotta say it right, bro.
I did. Brainstorm resolving. Chris making a decision here.
I always get nervous playing against Tarmogoyf. I never know what to do when the other guy's a Tarmogoyf.
Mm-hmm.
Attack, try to kill it.
Delver of Secrets from Chris Boozer.
I'm happy to do that, I think. That guy's my
Fly
friend.
right over Tarmy's head.
I mean, maybe. Wouldn't it be like crazy if they played this like long game and like Mullins was getting like small amounts of advantage turn after turn, and then Boozer's like price.
I mean,
Well,
it's
price.
possible. It's entirely possible. He's already lost one, but the other two are still there in the main.
He has Snapcaster style.
And
don't forget, my
Snapcaster
friend.
style, that's true. So brainstorm for Terry Mullins and Wasteland on the volcanic island there.
Does he have? He has one loam, right?
He does have one life from the loam, so he can Wasteland block.
Heyo!
So Delver of Secrets flips off of a Ponder.
I've never seen that happen.
Never, not even in Standard yesterday
even
all
one
day
time.
long, or this morning. Never.
once.
Hey, Chris casts a Ponder. And he sees Ponder something.
So, who's at a price?
I don't know.
I think it's
I think
a price.
his prices are foil, and they get weird glares on them. So you're like,
His
was that a
prices are
red card?
foil so that he can always get what?
Hey,
Hey.
I'm not making those sort of allegations. I'm saying that it's tough to tell when they're in his hand because sometimes they have a weird glare and they don't look red. So Misty Rainforest,
I think he took. Was that a chain?
maybe. And Delver flies over Tarmy's head, smacks Terry Mullins.
I love blue-red decks, and I really like the kind of deck that Chris Boozer's playing today because I think it's so cerebral. I think this is the kind of deck it's like the hardest kind of deck in my opinion to play perfectly. You're like think like every time you get in with an insectile aberration, it's like a card and a half. You know, like I have to count down now how much I really need to do in order to kill my opponent.
Right.
You know, like that's how I think of it. And like I love that.
Lavamancer knocked Terry to 12 at the end of his turn.
Yeah, that's like
And,
he's gonna chain his.
Untaps, swings with the Insectile Aberration, knocking Terry to 9, and here we have a Chain Lightning, which is also foil. So
No, isn't that a bolt?
Is it a bolt? I think it's a Chain Lightning.
It's a chain. Okay.
Pretty sure. It's also main phase, another reason why it may be.
I'd be surprised
chain.
if he just randomly threw a bolt.
A lot of these are some of these cards anyway from the Fire and Lightning.
Yeah. Terry
set.
Mullins
So-
does not look to be in great shape right now.
No, he just got bolted by a Delver.
He's about to go to 4.
Bolted by a Chain Lightning. Lavamancer's over there throwing Zippos at him.
He's not even throwing the Zippo, right? He's like lighting it by his foot.
Yeah.
He's like,
Kind of.
what's on my foot? 2 again?
Somebody lit my sandal on fire.
Chris has played with great composure this game, right? Oh, stifling that guy. Tevs.
Hey, I saw the Delver flip off of Ponder, Sammy B.
All right. I mean, Boozer's certainly going to launch this Insectile Aberration, right? Trace.
There's the aberration.
Trace.
Knocking you into bolt range. Is he... ooh,
How about a chain?
Chain... And
Yep.
game 2. Burned into oblivion, and by oblivion I do mean game 2. Chris Boozer takes
Is
game 1
Boozer
with-
really going to top 8 2 consecutive open events?
I mean, Jerry Thompson won 2 consecutive open events, so... And now he's
I
drafting.
mean, I'm actually so glad
How
I
the mighty have fallen.
requested to see Boozer early, you know?
Right.
This is a great story to watch throughout the day. I mean, provided he makes top 8. Then
Right.
If he doesn't make top 8, then it was just a terrible waste of breath.
I'm enjoying watching him whether he makes top 8 or not, and I'll enjoy watching him whether continuing into the top 8 if he makes it. So
I actually agree. I was trying to be funny. I mean, Terry Mullins probably didn't think it was that funny.
right. I like Terry Mullins' deck. It's a deck that I've played with. Similar deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually that was the first Legacy deck, true Legacy deck I built. And I had like goblins, but it was like goblins from Onslaught era Standard that I was just like, well, it's just like Legacy. It's almost a Legacy deck.
So when I first started paying attention to Legacy, like I wasn't sure it was going to be a thing. I didn't realize like this Star City Open Series was going to be a thing. You know, like there's like, oh, I guess they have these like events and like Burton Cheney wins a bunch of them. You know, like it's like whatever. Then I started really paying attention when I watched Jerry in particular evolving the black, blue, green decks. You know.
Yeah, and that was around the time I was playing it. I think.
It's obviously before Jerry started working at Star City and everything, but like I was like, you know, and I would like. I mean, I hold like in my personal canon of like who the best writers are. Like Jerry's very high up in my opinion. Like, and guys really wanted to pay attention because I never really thought of Legacy as a serious format in the way that I think if you listen to Adam Kai talk about Legacy, like he has an understanding of the format that is so vastly beyond what I've read almost any commentator on the subject online talk like. And like, you know, I know that he like hangs with Jerry and stuff, and just listening to what Jerry said, I started taking it quite seriously in a different way. And this is like from my perspective, kind of an important step because the greatest Legacy deck of all time, maybe the greatest deck of all time, was actually a Legacy deck that was brewed on my kitchen table.
Is this a Flash Hulk?
Yeah, the Flash Hulk deck. So like we just thought it was just like, oh, there's this curious format, and like twice a year we can make decks that are way better than what all these guys make. You know, like, and that's all evidence seemed to indicate that was the case. But then like when you play it in a sustained fashion, and you have players like Jerry who are, you know, putting their shoulder to the format, and just thinking, he's like, no, you don't want to have this kind of card. Players often play this, and then like Patrick weighing, and he's like, you know, people are not playing the right number of Jace the Mind Sculptor, you know, things like that. It was really, really eye-opening for me as a reader. You know, I'm obviously not a very active Legacy player, but you know, I loved it, and that, you know, this deck, this black, blue, green control deck is that was kind of for me the first window of seeing it. You know,
It was my first, like I said, it was the first deck I really built and wanted to play in Legacy.
I was just like before, I was like, oh, people are just gonna play goblins, and I don't like goblins.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, like
I like goblins occasionally. It's like one of those things where like I don't really order it at restaurants, but if somebody else orders, I'll have a bite. So there's an Underground Sea from Terry Mullins. Sometimes I like to get my aggro on. Arid Mesa for Chris Boozer.
I
I
don't
don't
usually
usually like goblins, but when I do. Brainstorm from Terry Mullins.
My favorite thing like that is a derogatory speaker. It's like, I don't always tap, but when I do, it's GG.
Doseki. Brainstorm finishes resolving. Terry adds a tropical island to the board. And a Thoughtseize from Terry Mullins. And what does Thoughtseize? What does Thoughtseize see? Thoughtseize. Price of Progress, Ponder, Snapcaster Mage, Volcanic Island, Red Elemental Blast, Chain Lightning, and another price. Does he have double price? Because I see price, Chain Lightning, Red Elemental Blast.
He has
Tropical
two price.
Island. Yeah, he does.
Correct.
They are bookending his hand there. He's got
Hammer
price, Ponder, Snapcaster, Chain Lightning, Red Elemental Blast. So he loses one price.
You know what I really despise about Thoughtseize?
Did you just
took
say you
two.
despised? He just took two.
I
from
actually think
Thoughtseize?
Thoughtseize is like, there's like maybe 4 or so cards that are about the same power level, and Thoughtseize is the worst one by far in my opinion. I mean, Inquisition makes Thoughtseize look so bad, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And like, I mean, even Duress is more applicable so often. You know what I think would be interesting? No one plays Encroach, and I think it might be interesting to see Encroach played in.
I can't remember what is Encroached. I was gonna look it up, and you know
a non-basic land.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, it might be a little streaky. And then no one plays Ostracize. I never understood that. They're decks that just be
I
destroyed
forgot about
by
Ostracize. So Chris plays Ponder, resolves it, keeps it on top, passes back to Terry. Terry at 18 right now. Plays a Wasteland. Looks like he's going to waste that Volcanic Island. And that's leaving Chris with just an Arid Mesa. Now Tarmogoyf from Terry Mullins. That Tarmogoyf, I don't know how big is that Tarmogoyf? 4, 8, 15, 16, 23,
100.
42?
There's instant sorcery land. 3 power. Three, 4, according to the graphics.
Okay, I was like, I hope he doesn't think that killed it. But 2 of them.
Oh,
Days.
lordy.
Ooh, that is such a blowout. So Chris plays Chain Lightning on the Goyf, resolves, second Chain Lightning to kill the Goyf, gets dazed, and Chris just threw away 2 cards for nothing, for a daze. He traded 2 cards for a daze. That just stinks. But Tarmogoyf, the smoke monster, comes over.
I thought he was about to try it again.
Let me do this one more time. Delver of Secrets successfully flew over Tarmogoyf's head last game, so maybe he can do it again.
It's a race, though. I mean, and Goyf is ahead.
Goyf is ahead right now.
Ooh.
Inquisition of Kozilek. Ponder, Snapcaster, Price of Progress, which will be gone immediately, momentarily.
No, he's
I believe.
taking
Is he going
Snappy.
Snappy? Huh, interesting. I guess that makes sense, sort of. I don't know. Either way, I'd keep.
Terry really wants a wasteland right now. I mean, he would murder Boozer with a wasteland.
Truth.
Barracks in 1989 points out that Despise was much better than Ostracize.
I just forgot about Ostracize. I don't even remember the details of it.
What's the best burn card in Standard?
Galvanic Blast.
Shrug then.
Tarmogoyf in. Chris
Is he still
Boozer.
3?
I think so. Scavenging Ooze
4/5?
for Terry Mullins. It's a 4/5. Okay.
Oh, because of Snappy.
Right. That makes sense. And that may be one of the reasons he took Snappy. Scavenging Ooze.
Oh, wow. This is not going to be good for... Scavenging Ooze seems like murder on a burn deck.
Yeah. The thing is, it only gains life when it removes creatures. And there's only one creature right now. It's Snapcaster Mage, so... It also only grows if it's a creature.
He bolts.
So he has time to bolt it, and he bolts it. So Delver though stays at Delver.
Terry's 5 ahead though.
Yeah, it's not a good race right now. Chris is losing this race. Misty Rainforest for Terry. In with Goyf.
Oh, and that guy's still 1-1, huh?
What, that Delver?
Yeah, poops.
Yeah, did not flip.
He's gonna flip now, I'm sure.
You're
I
sure?
was
It did not
sure
flip.
That it, apparently,
were
I need a new definition of sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you just ponder? Come on, Delver.
Too long ago. And a second Delver of Secrets for Chris Boozer. This is still rough.
So it's a 2-turn for Terry Mullins, right? So for
Right.
sure Boozer's gonna let him get in the once, right? He gets
Seems that
6
way.
in.
So,
I mean, this game is not over from Boozer's side. He can flip both those Delvers, get in 6, put Mullins to 9, and then face slam down a Price of Progress. That's a route to victory, right? Unless he does this.
I mean,
okay.
So he chump blocks, okay. Yeah. Terry with the blue. Wait, oh, green-blue, I'm sorry.
Scavenging
Didn't see that was a tropical.
How many
I
was
thought it
in
was a regular one.
in his sideboard? 1.
So
that's
that was both, yeah. So Scavenging Ooze from Terry Mullins.
Yeah. This game's done, right?
I noticed this weekend how much I call any basic land island. So somebody will be playing like mono red, and they'll be like,
Island.
"What's in his hand?" It's like Goblin Guy, Incinerate, Lightning Bolt, Island. You know, like I'll say island when I mean mountain.
Really?
And I'll say Snapcaster Mage when I mean any other card. I just called Scavenging Ooze Snapcaster Mage. I called Timely Reinforcement Snapcaster Mage. I just say just Island Snapcaster Mage apparently is everything in Magic.
Yeah, that oozes. I mean,
Yeah.
I think this game's probably done, right?
I think we're going to Game 3. But I would be it would be exciting if Chris were to somehow keep this from going to Game 3. Ooze gets a little bigger. Delver stays a bit smaller.
Jerry told me a story earlier of Reed Duke, one of the best players in the world. He's got
and here comes Goyf and Scavenging Ooze. And I don't know if that's lethal. I don't know how big that Goyf is, but theoretically
think
it's
it's
still
lethal.
a 4/5. It's either way. Delver's blocking the Goyf. It's going to 5.
try to make the ooze big.
He's gonna make the Ooze big if he wants.
No, just another.
Just
Goyf.
another Snapcaster Mage. I mean Tarmogoyf. That was intentional. That was
So, Reed Duke's got a
upheaval. Oh wait, no, it's just going to Game 3.
got Sylvan Library and Jace the Mind Sculptor in play.
Yeah, I was there when
So
you go.
this
You
guy's
tell
friends are
everybody else the
watching
story.
him. He's got nothing. Reed Duke, literally one of the best players in the world. Sylvan Library, Sylvan Library, and Jace the Mind Sculptor in play. So this guy's friends walk away, come back a few minutes later, and they're signing the slip, and Reed is lost. And they're like, "What happened?" And Reed's like, "Yeah, I had a Sylvan Library and a Jace, drew some cards, but he had a Lingering Souls, and just got me." So like, Sylvan Library is basically Ancestral Recall every turn, and Jace the Mind Sculptor also basically Ancestral Recall every
basically
turn.
in Legacy or with,
Versus-
yeah,
Versus nothing. Dark Ascension uncommon,
yeah,
and you're done.
Lingering Souls, printed in the most recent set, beats Jace and Sylvan Library.
At the same time.
At the same time, right?
Lingering Style. I think
Lingering
is the
Style, I
word
think
you're
it's
looking for.
I keep calling it by the wrong name, I don't know. No, I mean, I obviously would have been awesome to see how that happened. You know what card we haven't talked about? We can, I guess since these guys are maybe ready to go, we'll save the card for after, since they're, they're still sideboarding. We can talk about one card. Are you able to put up a card for us, Jesse?
Which one?
I have it here, I believe, on my screen. Restoration Angel.
Is that the one Kibbs likes?
I think so. I love this card. I think this is awesome. We have not talked about it. So, Restoration Angel.
What is she wearing?
She's
Like
wearing
a prom
an
dress?
angel costume.
She's wearing like a nightie. What? That is stone a nightie, and there's a dude like looking up her dress. Are you kidding me? You got to put this art. I'd never looked at this art before. This artist. Have you seen the art on Restoration Angel?
We're going to have it on the screen in
It's
a
a
second.
dude looking up a girl in a nightie's dress.
Dude knows what's up. I didn't mean to pun there. That's bad. That's not what
Jerry
That's
Thompson
LSV
said,
wrote that
Dude
one down.
knows what's up.
Dude
All right,
knows what's up. Jerry
So,
Thompson.
No, I'm looking at the.
Assist to LSV. He's
Ignore
like
the art.
Steve Nash of
It's not
Restoration
usual,
Angel
not
puns.
common that you'll hear me say ignore the art, but ignore the art.
Don't ignore the art. It's like a manga-looking girl in a nightie, and a dude looking up her dress.
Thank you, Jesse Snyder. Restoration Angel costs a white and 3. Creature Angel, rare, has flash and flying. That's awesome. A 3/4 flash flying. I'll take it. That's
That's
an
like
awesome
Linvala
card.
stats, right?
And what's her flavor text when Restoration? Oh, that's not flavor text. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, momentary blink. And that would be, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, and return that card to the battlefield under your control.
I mean, it'd be pretty obvious if people just said 3/4 flying for 4, flash, draw a card, right? That would be...
People would be flipping out.
We'd be flipping out, but that's basically what this card says.
Yeah, draw a momentary blink and cast it for free.
Oh, okay.
Goblin Guide.
Revealed Brainstorm, I believe.
I didn't quite see it. I was looking at the guide for some strange reason. But Goblin Guide for Chris Boozer gets in for 2 and fails to give Terry Mullins a card, but gives Chris a peek at the top of Terry's deck, which Chris Boozer writes down.
Yeah, I believe it was a Brainstorm, because you see the Brainstorm on the far end.
Yeah, I'll trust you on that. Could definitely be Brainstorm.
Ooh, what do we got? Another Joblin Jide.
So it's GG.
GG.
Quadruple green, and it's not even a Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Oh, look at Chris. He's responding so that he doesn't get stifled or something later.
Very good call.
Does he
yeah.
have stifled?
Chris, no.
That'd be like so sick, right?
It would be ridiculous.
So Terry Mullins searches for Underground Style. He searches for a $150 bill.
Why not?
Puts a $150 bill in play. And is there a response to... Oh, you know what? A Brainstorm here would be super sick card advantages, right?
That is exactly what Terry's going for. So
What if Chris like surgicals in here or something? That would be so sick.
he puts the Brainstorms back, and Chris goes, "Oh, surgical extraction.
Clever little
Attack
play.
you with."
This looks
Goblin
like it's
Guides.
going to be Ancestral Recall. Chris is going to have to live with it.
Yeah, swing.
Trigger 1.
Hey, it's a
Yep,
land. Hey,
number
it's a
2,
land.
yeah.
Double Wasteland for Chris's double Volcanic Island. That's
You can't
trouble.
play them all at once. And
That's true.
Chris is probably just going to slam down a third creature here, I think. Yep.
Double
And it's
trouble.
a really good one.
Here
so,
comes a Delver of Secrets.
Wastelands might be a drop too slow. Oh, he didn't even play it.
No, he goes with a Bayou.
Just
so.
ships the free information. I mean, if it's going to be Tarmogoyf for Scavenging Ooze, we're going to see the Submerge heard around the world is my...
Does he have Submerged? You know, we know
I'm
it's in
guessing
the, yeah,
that he's got it.
We've got 3 in the board for Boozer.
Well, why would he not play the Wasteland? He's going to play a drop.
Yeah, he obviously has something here. It's not him to Turok.
It's a 2/3 Tarmogoyf, right?
Tarmogoyf. Land instant, and I believe that is it.
And he's discarding Ponder. Ooh.
Nice
technology.
Little way to boost the Goyf.
Oh, and he's got a Brainstorm in response to Delver of Secrets trigger. So, I mean,
Very
likelihood of a flip is circa 100%, right?
Circa
100%.
Very nice use of Brainstorms by both of these players. No, I mean, I don't mean
Lightning style.
I don't mean to say that they're particularly like, you know, wow, that was so unheard of, but
Just
cool
well
to
played,
see.
right?
Yeah, well played Brainstorms. They're not just using them as Brainstorms; they're using them to do other things like draw 2 more cards off of my opponent's Goblin Guides or flip my Delver. Ponder don't do that.
Ponder don't do
Not
that.
Not at that point in the turn.
I mean, right now Chris is thinking about whether he should suicide one of these Joblin Gides, right? I think
Yeah.
he's going to.
All right, so
All in.
Goblin Guide. Oh, wait, triggers. Before you declare blockers.
Miss.
Okay, nothing. Thoughtseize on both triggers, clearly. Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
One
Take
Goblin
5.
Guide in.
You're at
One
8.
the Delver in. Other Goblin Guide. Goyf says, "See you in another life, brother."
He's got another land or no? Because he's in trouble if he doesn't have another land. There's 2 wastelands in Terry's hand, right?
Yeah.
And he just
brainstormed.
I would think he might have another land. He's bolting now. Oh, he's playing for not having another land. Yep. I mean, he has. The Goyf is now 4/5, but I think that Chris is playing to not have any more lands this game, and in addition, he needs that Delver to, one more time. It's like the man said.
Kind of crazy how the Goblin Guide can hold off a Tarmogoyf. Because that's what's going to happen. Terry can't attack with Goyf unless he can.
How has Terry never removed a creature like reasonably in these any of these games? He has Smother.
We have never seen Smother.
His
We have not
Ghastly
seen a
Demise?
Dark Blast. We've not seen Ghastly Demise. I don't think we've seen any of those removal
No, I
spells.
think he's going to play like a Pernicious Deed or a Maelstrom Pulse or something maybe. I mean, if that guy sticks, it's bad times for Becky. And he doesn't use the Wasteland
So
either.
he does nothing here. Is he?
Chris used like a Lightning Bolt, right?
Yeah, that's a lightning. bolt, I think.
Like Lightning Bolt is a play for I'm not going to have another land.
Yeah, main phase lightning.
Main phase
bolt.
Lightning Bolt, like so.
All right, Goblin Guide
again.
number 2.
Number
Terry-
3, really.
Well, yeah, number 3, but 2 for the board. And Grim Lavamancer. So a Pernicious Deed would be sickety sick, but I don't know if Terry's gonna
gotta
have time.
something. He's got to have something, or he's just dead here.
Reveal thoughts. Did he have
reveal that last game?
Yeah, did he just have Thoughtseize on top? He's got 3 in the deck. All right, Smother. There's a Smother. Smother's the Delver.
Block 1
Block
goes to 3.
1 of the Goyfs. Goes to 3.
So the play here is he's got to rip these lands up so that otherwise Chris is just going to get an activation with Grim Lavamancer, and that's going to be Game Boys. Right? He has to take them both out right now. And he's not. He's sculpting mines.
With, Jace the Mind Sculptor?
He can't sculpt mines because he doesn't have 2 blue.
That's correct.
Oh, he might Pernicious Deed for 1.
He's thinking maybe it's just going to be Goyf. He's just putting up the wall. Oh, Massacre. What is that, -2/-2 to everything? Something like that?
Absolutely hate that play. And he has to attack.
All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Chris Boozer with the price of progress to take game 3. Wow.
How did he not rip the lands?
You mean Wasteland?
Yeah,
You mean just
like-
Wasteland? I don't know.